If you are someone who wants to 10x your life, 10x your business, 10x your income, 10x your life, whatever X number that you want to 100x, 1000x, whatever. Look, there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk about how you can grow and expand, and yet it's all talk. What I have found is, whatever you want to call it, the secret, the linchpin, the catalyst that can help you get that growth, it's not from talking, it is from listening. Let me explain. When we think that, let's go back to the conversation around power versus force. If you want to force something, which is traditional, which this society is all about, we're forcing it by doing things like bigger, faster, stronger, harder. And that's what this 10x mentality is. I gotta make 10x more calls. I gotta do 10x more work, 10x more time, because I want to 10x my results. And yet what we're ignoring is the messages, the listening that needs to have happen. And so by listening, your future self knows what is possible for you. Now, I'm not gonna get too woo-woo here. I'm gonna get straight to the point, because if you've ever had a gut feeling or an intuition or an idea that popped in your head, where do you think that came from? It's not like there's some hamster rolling around in between your ears that's coming up with the ideas. No, there's that intuition, that gut feeling that you've had before comes from somewhere. And it comes from the future you. That what is possible for you is sending you messages right now saying, hey, go this way, do that, or continue to focus on whatever it is you are focusing on. I'll give you an example. For well over a decade now, I have been called to do this type of work, create content. And for a lot of you who have reached out or I've met in person or I've connected with online, with incredible feedback and stuff that, look, it's a lonely journey. It's creating content on here, especially in the very beginning. There's not a lot of comments, there's not a lot of engagement, but yet I see people and they say, man, you are really motivational, or you're really inspiring me to get into growing my business, or really, which I love to hear, which is you're teaching me how to be vulnerable, how to open up. And because of that, I'm starting to see results in my business or in my career or in my relationship, you name it. I love all that type of feedback. Now, this calling, this work that I'm doing now, look, gang, I was called to do this over a decade ago. And number one, I wasn't confident in my own craft. I was in my own way. I was in relationships or in situations where I didn't feel I had the support that I needed in order to accomplish this work. And look, I had obligations, I had responsibilities. For a lot of years, I didn't do my part. And so I was struggling with, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna launch my business, and then, damn, I need some cash. And so I'd go quickly get a job and would be resentful, and it would eat at me that I wasn't following this calling, this gut feeling saying, go do this. Get up on stages, build a community of like-minded thinking individuals who want to reach their highest potential in life, who want to grow their business, they want to grow their health, they want to improve their relationship, they want to have it all in life. And it's not that I ignored it, I just didn't know how, I didn't trust it. And for this year right now, my number one word, my theme for this year is belief. And trusting the messages that I'm receiving, those gut feelings. Let me come back. What eventually happened is, it's in a scenario, and you may have been there before. You are called to do something and you just don't know how to execute on it and make money to support you. And so then you take a job. And there's a lot that goes into that, from especially if you have a family or you're in a romantic relationship. I get it. I've been there. I have failed in that regard multiple times. And yet what I did was I looked outside of myself. I looked at my circumstance, and that drove my decision making versus trusting what I was hearing. I wasn't listening to the actual messages and acting upon them. However, once I did learn that craft of like, look, there's something in the future that is calling to me. I'm continuing to be driven to meet with certain people, deliver certain messages, and it very easily could just say, you know what, that's not for me, I'm gonna go somewhere else and just get a job and just call it good. But damn it, I have a fire inside of me that will not stop burning. And so I've had to go all in and say, look, I don't know where my next deal is gonna come from. I don't know what's gonna happen as I build this out. I just have to trust, month over month, day over day, year over year, just trust. And you would be amazed how things begin to unfold when you trust and you're listening to what you're being called to do. And I've even had friends going, dude, you are so due, because you've been called to do this work forever, and we can't ignore that. If you continue to have this thought in your head about doing something, and whatever category, whatever industry, whatever passionate about, this is not driven by money, this is not driven by opportunity, it's strictly a fire that is burning so big inside of me that I just can't ignore it. I just have to go down this path. If you're in that position, trust it, listen to it. You're being sent those messages for a reason. They're not to be ignored. They're not to say, I can't do that, or that's too big thinking for me. Those messages are signals from the future you saying, yo, universal tap, gut punch. You've been called to do this and you need to step into it, versus stepping into things that because that's what you think you should be doing, or what family has told you to do, or what's going to make you the most money right now. Think about it. You go chase something that's going to make you money right now and leave behind something that may give you the greatest life, the greatest opportunity, maybe the greatest amount of income. You never know until you go down that path and trust it and go all in and see what doors open. And it's not linear. It's not as if I wanted to build a community and coach and train and that I'm just going to step in and do right that. It's evolved from that. Now I'm up on stages. Now it's not so much just one-on-one coaching. I have a community and a movement. It turned from, hey, I just want to help support people, to actually a movement. And I always knew that that was the path. I just didn't know how to get there. So I was kind of taking baby steps, and that served me, taking those small, simple steps. And I know it can serve you. Let me come back to the very beginning. There's something that's pulling you towards something. It may be meeting a certain individual. It may be sharing a message, writing a book, starting a nutrition and supplement company. I say that because I'm here at Product Expo West here in Anaheim, and it's just full of every natural product brand known to man is here. And every one of these individuals who I'm meeting with, these owners, talking to these CEOs, individuals that started these from huge companies to just small startups. They've been called to do this work, and they're doing it. It's not about success. It's not, hey, are they successful? Are they making a bunch of money? These people are on fire for what they're doing. Their product, even though a lot of these products are like, hey, I just saw it at the couple booths next door. It doesn't matter. They're fired up. They're lit about it. They're being called to this. And look, not all of them. I guess I take it back. Maybe they're not all called. Some of them are just called because they think they can make a quick buck jumping into an industry or a category or a particular product that sells well, and they just want to do the same thing. That may get you some quick wins, but it's not going to give you the overarching satisfaction that you really thrive, the fulfillment that you want in life. Instead of talking about it, instead of going out and acting 10x, whatever 1,000x that you're trying to do, start listening 10 times more, 100 times more. And how do we listen? Well, you're getting messages sent to you. Just logically, you're turning it off or shutting it down. And it's simple. I can't do that. I shouldn't go do that. Or that so logically doesn't make sense that you shut it down, when in fact that's a message for you to go act on something. Prime example, I was walking through the conference yesterday, and I'm passing through the hallway, and I see a gentleman walking towards me with the same last name, Coffey, spelled the same. There's not many of us out there. And immediately as I saw him, something told me to stop him. So I stopped him, brought the charm, and just said, hey, brother, long time. And of course, he's from Australia. The Coffeys are in Australia. What do you know? And we sparked up a good conversation, realized that yes, we've got a quick, the rapport was quick because we have got the same last name. And from there, we exchanged contact information. And who knows, it may be an opportunity for us to do some work together. Had I not stopped him, had I not listened to the message, was like, you got to stop that guy, and just kind of kept on walking for fear that I would be interrupting him or something like that. It sparked a good conversation with a distant family member, maybe. Listen to those messages and act upon them. That's how we 10x. That's how we 100x, 1000x. Now, yes, you must take the steps. Even though the steps are unknown and it seems not logical, you still have to take the action, right? You still have to take that step forward, whatever that means. Even though it is unclear, unknown, or doesn't seem logical, you still have to go through the actions. The first step is to listen. The next step is to take action. The third step is to analyze the action. We act, we analyze, and then we adjust. Based on the action, did it lead me, where did it lead me? And do I keep going down this road? Or is there another door that's opened up that I can go down? But you never get there if you don't listen. Pause. Oftentimes this comes through meditation, driving in the car, just sitting silent. Put your phone down, put the computer down, put the TV down, put your gaming system down, put anything that is going to numb you and prevent you from tapping into your creativeness, and start listening. Listening to that future self about an opportunity that's in front of you, a business opportunity, a customer that you should reach out to, an employee that you may need to let go of because they're just not in alignment with you, or an employee that you need to get on your team, or you need to elevate. Start listening and taking action on it. That's where we make our greatest gains. If you listened this far, my goodness, I love you. Shoot me a comment. Let me know you listened to the whole thing. Just put full. Just type the word full in comments. That way I know you listened to the full video, and I can give you a big shout out and a big thank you for doing that. Obviously, subscribe to the channel. More content as you subscribe, the more access you get quickly to the content, so that I can help support you in your journey to obviously thrive and be successful in all areas of your life. We're not just building a business and then kind of figuring out how to sprinkle that the rest of our life together. No. We build a life which includes expanding in all areas: relationship, health, your mindset, your growth, your connection to source, and of course your profits and your money. Subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment full, and of course you can reach out to me. I'm at Cletus Coffey on all social channels. Go ahead and touch base, shoot me a DM, let me know how I can best support you and want to join the Be the Torch movement. See, we would love to have you part of it.